Habari sa asubuhi. I'm Jayashree, and today I'm trying to learn how to tell the time in Swahili. The equator cuts through the East African countries, and in Tanzania, the equator cuts at um, Lake Victoria and areas near it, like Bukoba and Kagera region. So in the northern side, Tanzania is cut, and people like to go there. The equator is 0 degrees latitude, and it cuts the earth into two equal halves, the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So tourists love to go and stand, with one foot in the northern hemisphere, one foot in the southern hemisphere. It's just fun thing to do. So it also teaches you a little bit of geography. You do become aware of the equator when we do these things. And there are actually trips which are organized for people who'd like to go and see this. But there is no monument or anything like that in Tanzania. It's just a road sign. So it's also then Lake Victoria. Lake Victoria is actually shared by three different East African countries. That is, it's also there. It's one of the biggest lakes in Africa, and it is also shared by Uganda and Kenya. So, having talked about that, I'd also like to say that if you have a country which is near the equator, it's going to have equal daytime and nighttime. That is divided to 12 hours. And the people who are in the villages of Tanzania, they can tell the time by looking at the sun. And I don't think you can do it in Edinburgh. You wouldn't be Edinburgh. You wouldn't be able to go over there and look at the sky and say the time. So we also do not need any daylight saving times in a place like Tanzania. Now, it's before we just start, let's just know that the time from 6 a.m. in the morning, that is the sunrise, till the sunset at 6 p.m. is known as Siku. And the time from the sunset till the next sunrise is known as Usiku, that is night. So this is how first they say day, Siku, night, Usiku. Having said this, they also divide the day into a number of periods, and it would be better that I introduce you to those periods before, in fact, introduce myself to those periods, because that's going to be a very important part of time telling, because they don't use AM and PM. So they've divided the day into Alpha Giri, which is the dawn hours. In fact, when I saw that Alpha Giri is from 4 a.m. to 6:59 a.m., it was very interesting because in India we call the 4 a.m. time as Brahma Muhurtam, or the time that you really have a clarity and you can study very well. So the next hour is starting for Subuhi, or the morning, and it is from 7 a.m. to 11:59 a.m. Then we have Mchana, or the afternoon, which is from 12, that is noon, till 3:59 p.m. At the Gioni period, that is the evening, starts from 4 to 6:59 p.m. and the Usiku, or the night, starts at 7 p.m. and goes up to 4 a.m. So you will see that when you're telling the time, you will need to give this as a suffix sometimes to be clear what you're actually talking about, which hour you're talking about. The time word is said as sa or sa, which means hour. And they say dakika for minutes. But I'm mostly going to first concentrate on learning how to tell the main hours before I get more complicated. So, because that itself is quite difficult for me. So, they start counting with reference to the sunrise or the sunset. So I told you that sunrise or Mateo is at 6 a.m. in the morning. Now, if you're going to start telling the time, then 7 a.m. is 1 hour, the first hour. So they're going to call that as Samoja Asubuhi. And 8 a.m. is Sa Mbili Asubuhi. 9 a.m. is Sa Tatu Asubuhi. 10 a.m. is Sa Ne Asubuhi. And 11 a.m. is Sa Tano Asubuhi. Noon is Sa Sita Mchana. 1 in the afternoon is Sa Saba Mchana. 2 in the afternoon, Sa Nane Mchana. 3 in the afternoon would be Sa Tisa Mchana. Now, like I told you, at 4 things changes and it becomes Gioni. So 4 o'clock is Sakumi Gioni. 5 p.m. is Sakumina Moja Gioni. And 6 p.m. is Sakumina Mbili Gioni. Now, by 7, it's going to hit nighttime. So now things flip a little bit. So if you notice, actually, we counted from 1 to 12 just now. So now you will be counting the next 12 hours of the day. So 7 p.m. is Sa Moja Usiku, 8 p.m. is Sambali Usiku, 9 p.m. is Sa Tatu Usiku, 10 p.m. is Sanne Usiku, 11 p.m. is Satano Usiku, and then we have midnight, that is Sasita Usiku. Then we have 1 in the night, which is Sasaba Usiku. 2 in the night is Sanane Usiku. 3 in the night would be Satisa Usiku. 4 in the night would be Sakumi Alpha Jiri, because now we have changed from the night time to the dawn. 5 a.m. in the night would be Kumina Moja Alpha Jiri. 6 a.m. would be Kumina Moja Mbili. Sorry, I said that wrong. It's 6 a.m. is Kumina Mbili Alfajiri. So, if we want to tell the minutes after this, we simply have to add na, that is after telling the time, add na, which means and then you tell dakika, which means minutes. So, and minutes, na dakika, and then say how many minutes, because you've already learned that in counting, how to count the minutes. And of course, they use the word nusu for half, robo for quarter, kasaro dakika for minutes too, and kaso robo for quarter two. But I will not be discussing that at present because it's pretty difficult for me to even remember how much I've been trying to learn. But yeah, you could have some words which are useful, like sagapi, where you're asking the other person what is the time, and the other, you can have the reply ni sa, and then give them the time. Hmm? So that's all for today. Then I hope you and I have learned something about how to tell the time in according to the Swahili speakers in Tanzania. Thank you.